Drew Neiser here with another Tuesday tip. We're talking about renaming your company, whether you want to or because you have to. I'm here with Kevin Ruane, who launched Precisely, that's precisely.com, in 2020. Kevin, give us one tip on, at least where to start when it comes to renaming your company.
Yeah, I would start by really it's around defining the purpose and the personality of the brand, and putting employees at the center of that is a really important first step. So, I think the first thing I would encourage anyone to do is, engage employees early and often, bring them together in a variety of formats to, brainstorm and to share their ideas. I think you'll be amazed by what you get from those sessions and by bringing employees close to the initiative from the start.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think that applies to whether you're developing a new name or a new campaign or a new brand, even if you're just changing the colors and things. Involving the employees is so important because they are the brand ambassadors. They are the ones who are on the front lines telling your story. So if they don't feel a part of it, it's going to be a lot harder. Okay, Kevin, what's another tip? We've got our employees involved. You also snuck in there a little bit about having your purpose and so forth. What's the next step?
Yeah, I think it's to make sure that you don't lose sight of bringing humanity to a brand. I think now more than ever, people are really looking to make an emotional connection with brands. And I think far too often, especially in kind of B2B environments, that's something that's underutilized and undervalued. At the end of the day, people buy, B2B products from people. And I think that there's an opportunity to, while being a serious business and solving for real challenges, to bring in a bit of personality and playfulness, that I think we're all looking for, probably now more so than ever.
I, again, totally agree with you. I'm definitely, you're preaching to the choir here. I'm wondering what aspect you actually brought and how that impacted your communications for Precisely.
In terms of humanity and playfulness.
Yeah. How did that play out?
So one of the things that we did was, and this isn't unique to us, there are others who do it, but humans have kind of always communicated in code. And certainly in the software space where we are, binary code, or the ones and zeros, are kind of the foundational language. And so one of the things that we ended up doing was adopting a dash and a dot as part of our visual identity. One of the things that we recognized early on as we tried to differentiate ourselves was a lot of our competitors use a lot of static imagery and stock imagery. And so we created some motion graphics and animations. And so if you'll notice when you see any of these from Precisely, there's always a little ball who's sort of the main character of the story, who kind of goes through various journeys and makes different decisions along the way. And so we just found, that to be a playful thing that we could do that we find is resonating with our customers and audience, and when they engage and interact with the Precisely brand.
Perfect. Okay, so we have one, start with your employees, get them involved. Two, keep it real and emphasize the human aspect that we are doing business to people. What's the third?
I think the third is don't let perfect be the enemy of good enough. And what I mean by that is far too often, I think in marketing, there's a desire to kind of go into the lab and create and come out with the perfect thing. And I think what we found is by engaging early, putting ideas and messages and kind of creative work out for feedback, we got to a much better place at the end of the day. And we built really a sense of pride and community around the brand that we were standing up. So, don't wait, don't be afraid to engage your employees early, let them in on the secret. And, I think that you'll see that when you get to that, you kind of get that one shot externally and that big reveal. But I think in doing so, you'll get to a much more impactful place by engaging people early and kind of using the feedback you get along the way to refine and get to a better end product.
Perfect. Well, those are three great tips on how to rebrand or rename. One thing you didn't mention, I'll just throw in there, is give yourself a deadline. And hopefully it doesn't have to be artificial. Maybe you have a big event coming up. Use that to your advantage, because once everybody sees the end goal and the time, you can sprint towards it and miracles can happen. All right, that's your Tuesday tip. Kevin, thank you so much.
Thanks, Drew.